Okay, welcome to Easy Learning zed-Mathematics. The future is bright. Thank you so much for joining me again today to complete what we started yesterday. So we solved this paper from question 1 up to question 5. So we are starting from question 6 up to question 8. So the first question is 6a. I encourage you to try and solve that one. Question 6a, try to solve it. Then once you solve it, then I'll also solve it, then you compare the answers. Okay, let's start solving question 6a. So what we do is okay, so the question is, a watch costs 50 kwacha exclusive of VAT or exclusive of value added tax, which is VAT. Calculate its cost if 16% VAT is included. Okay, so the cost of the watch is 50 kwacha without VAT. So what we're going to say is, we're going to say cost, okay, cost of the watch, cost of a watch is equal to, so that is the price without VAT, which is 50 kwacha. Okay, then plus VAT. So how much is VAT? So we can say, how much is VAT? We can say 50% or 50 kwacha times 16 over 100. Okay, over 100. So what we can do is, we can cancel 0 here and we cancel 0 here on top. Remember, these should be in brackets. Then we say 5 into 5, it will go 1 time. 5 into 10, it will go 2 times. Then we know that 2 can go into 16, so we say 2 into 2 1 time. 2 into 16, 8. So we say, what are we remaining with? So I'm going to write equals 2. Then we have 50 kwacha plus, here we are remaining with 1. So we say 1 by 8 will give us 8. Then this one into 8, it will give us 8. So we have 8 kwacha. Okay, then we say equals to, then we say 50 kwacha plus 8 kwacha will give us 58 kwacha. That is the answer. Okay, if you have got questions, please, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, this is the correct answer, which is 58 kwacha. So the cost of a watch with the VAT included will be 58 kwacha. Okay, we come to question 6b, which is in the diagram, AB is parallel to ED. So AB, this is the line AB is parallel to ED. BC is equal to 10 centimeter. BC is equal to 10 centimeter, which is this line. Then CE is equal to 15 centimeter, which is this line. And DE is equal to 18 centimeter. So this is the line which is 18 centimeter, which is parallel to AB. Okay, now the question is calculate the length of AB. Calculate the length of AB. Okay, so to calculate the length of AB, how are we going to do it? Okay, so to find the length of AB, we're going to use the ratios of these. So you know that this side BC is corresponding to CE, okay, and CD is corresponding to CA. Okay, so what are we given? So these sides are given, so we can use BC to, we write the ratio BC to CE. That is a ratio. Okay, then we can also say now BC, which is AB. So BC is in the same triangle with AB. Okay, so we put them on one side. 2, then ED. Okay, so now once we've done this, what we can do now, we can now replace these name of sides by the measurements. So BC is how much? We have BC, we can say equal to BC, that is 10 centimeter. Okay, so since the ratio, we're not going to put units, but later on, after we get the answer, we shall put the units. Then EC, that is 15 centimeter. Then we come to AB. AB is not given. We put X, which is to the ratio. Then ED, that is 18. Okay. Now, once we found this ratio, then we can go ahead. What we do is we just do cross multiply. So we have got something like this: 15x is equal to 180. Okay, so what do we do now here? What we remain with, want to find the value of x, so we divide both sides by 15, and this side we divide by 15. Okay, now once we have done this, then we can find the value of x. So we say we cancel 15 and we cancel this 15 here, so I'm leaving us with the x. So how many times can 15 go into 180? So we say 15 in 18, it will go one time. Remainder, so we cancel 18, remainder 3. So 15 into 30, it will go 2 times, which will give us 12 centimeter. So therefore, we can say the length AB is equal to 12 centimeter. So here it is 12 centimeter. Okay, 12 centimeter. Please, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, that's how you find the length in a question like that. Okay, I hope I haven't confused you. So please make sure like this video if you found it helpful. If so far you're enjoying what you're doing, please like this video so that Facebook and YouTube will recognize that what we're doing, you like it, and then it also be promoted to others. So help us to go to reach out other people. By liking this video, you are going to show that you like what you are doing. Please like our video. Okay, we come to question 2, which is, sorry, question 6C. Question 6C. So question 6C, that is the question I'm asking you to do is try to find that question. Calculate, find that question. Okay. Can you find that question? Do you have an idea of how to go about it? If you don't have an idea, please you can still ask in the comment section, or you can still watch what I'm going to do. Okay, so the question is as follows. On the x or y plane, 1, plot and join the points C2, 0, D, point C, that is 2, 0, point D, that is -1, 1, and E, that is -1, 3, to form triangle CDE. Okay, so we need to come up with a point of that. So let me just try to, okay, so let's start with the first point, which is C. C, that is 2, 0. So 2 is the reading on the x-axis, so that means the point is going to be here. Okay, sorry if it's not direct, it should be direct on the middle, so it should be there. Yes, like that. Okay, then D, I'm going to write the name later on because I've picked this. D, that is -1, 1. So -1, that is the x, so it's going to be here. Okay, even if it's not on the exact point, it should be here, just like that. Okay, then E, that is -1, 3. So 1, 3 is here. -1, 3 is there, even if it's not all that direct. Okay, like that. Okay, now let me reduce the size of the line. Okay, it be like that. So now what do? I just join this. So we said 2, 0, that is C. So this is the point C. Then -1, 1, that is D. This is the point D. Okay, then -1, 2, that is E. So this is the point E. Okay, now what we need to do is just a matter of connecting the dots. So we can draw a line that comes here. Please, what you need to do in an exam, you need to have a ruler, which will help you to draw straight lines. Sorry, I don't know why, because the computer is charging as well, so I don't know if it's the effect of the computer. Okay, like that. That is the triangle we're going to come up with. Okay, so the next question is question C2, which is draw the graph of y is equal to -2. The graph of y is equal to -2. So we have got when we are drawing a graph of y is equal to -2, that means every point we're going to come up with should have the value of -2 on y axis. So we can have something like let me say 0, -2. We can also have -2, -2. Then we can also have 2, -2. Now remember, as you can see, this side, this is the reading of y-axis. So you can see that all the reading on y-axis is -2. So that means we can now come up with a graph that has the reading of -2 on y-axis. So we have 0, 2. So 0, -2, that means the point is going to be here. Then we have -2, 2, that means the point is going to be here on 2, 2, -2, -2. Okay, you can see on y-axis the reading is -2. Sorry, sorry, I was considering x, not y. So on y there should be, so the first point is 0, -2. That means the point is going to be here. Sorry, I don't know what is happening. This is the y-axis, the one which is running up, going downwards. Then -2, -2, the point is going to be here. Okay, then +2, -2, that means the point is going to be here. Okay, I hope we have now have cleared the situation. So the reading on y-axis should always be -2. Okay, even if x-axis they are changing, but on y-axis it's going to be -2. So the graph is going to be like this. Okay, sorry, bear with me since I drew the graph that was standing. Sorry, I had taken as if I was saying y. I was saying x, meantime is y. So this is the graph, this is how you draw it. So when you're drawing it, you use a ruler. Sorry, here I'm using just the Adobe. I'm just like writing using Adobe. So sorry for that, I don't have a ruler. But you need to draw with a ruler, and even drawing the triangle, you draw it with a ruler. Okay? Okay, if there are no questions, that's how you draw it. So this is the down here, the line which is down here, this is the graph of uh, y is equal to -2. Should be like this. Okay, then that is the triangle CDE, the one I've drawn. Okay, I don't know if you have gotten confused on how to draw the line of y is equal to -2. You can ask in the comment section. Please, I encourage you to also share with your friends, share our video with other people, and also like this video. Let's see comments in the comment section. Let's get interacted so that we continue learning together. We continue learning together. Okay, we come to question 7a, which is the following diagram is a quadrilateral with the interior angles x degrees, 3x degrees, and open bracket x plus 3 degrees, where one of exterior angles is 100 degrees. Okay, so you can come down here and study the diagram. Then the question is, express in terms of x the sum of the interior angles of the quadrilateral in its simplest form. Okay, so here the tricky part is this angle is not given. Okay, this angle is not given. Okay, we know this is quadrilateral, that means it has got 4 angles. Okay, so first, before we do anything, we need to find the value of that angle. Okay, now how can we get the value of that angle? We can use the property which is angles on the point add up to 360 degrees. So if we code this angle as x, then we can come up with an expression which is x plus 100 degrees is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, then once we've done that, we put like terms together, then we have x is equal to 360 degrees minus, since this number is going to close the equal sign, it will become minus 100 degrees, which will give us x is equal to 260 degrees. Okay, that is the value of this angle. So we can even lab the x inside and put 260 degrees. Okay, we can put 260 degrees. Okay, now we can now go ahead and answer the question because we have found the 4th angle that was missing. Now we can come up with an expression. So before I scroll, let's start. So we start with 3x degrees plus x degrees plus 2. Let me put first the plus x plus 3 degrees is equal to, oh sorry, so not equal to, then we have just written 3 angles, then we say plus 260 degrees is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so first we evaluate what is in the bracket here, so we can still add 3x plus x, 3x degrees plus x degrees will give us 4x degrees, then degrees times x will give us plus x degrees plus degrees plus times 3 will give us 3 degrees, which is plus 260 degrees, which will give us 360 degrees. Okay, now in case I've just remembered something, in case you have forgotten how we have come up with 360 degrees as the total sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral. Remember, yesterday we solved one question where they asked us to find the total sum of interior angles of a polygon with 9 sides. So we use this formula, which is open bracket n minus 2 close bracket times 180 degrees. So if we put 4, because this quadrilateral has got 4 sides, so which means 4 angles, so we can say 4 minus 2 close bracket times 180 degrees, which will give us 2 times 180 degrees, which will be equal to 360 degrees. So this is where we have gotten 360 degrees. If you have got questions, okay? So basically that's how I knew that this is 360 degrees. The total sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral will be 360 degrees. 360 degrees is because I was using that formula in my head. Okay, so now, so I was just explaining where this 360 came from. So now we can go ahead and evaluate. So we say 4x degrees plus x degrees will give us 5x degrees, which will be plus then 3 degrees plus 260 degrees will give us 263 degrees, which will be equal to 360 degrees. Okay. All right. Then we say, what do we do now here? We say, we put like terms together. That means we are going to have something like this. We are going to have 5. We are going to have 5x degrees plus, oh sorry, so not plus, we are putting like terms together. That means we're going to have something like is equal to 360 degrees. Then this will close the equal sign and become minus 263, which will give us, when we do that, it's going to give us, which will give us, now let's see what it will give us. Now because of space, let me change the color of my pen so that when I use this color, see, okay, so we have 5x is equal to, so 360 minus 263, 360 minus 263, remember it's degrees, it will give us 97 degrees. Okay, now what do we do here? We divide both sides by 5 so that we remain with the x on one side of the equal sign alone. So we have x, because this 5 and this 5 will cancel each other out, leaving us with x, which will be equal to, then 5 into 9, it will go one time, remainder 4. Okay, so that 9 is gone. Then we say 47, 5 into 47, it will give us, it will go 9 times. 5 into 47, it will go 9 times. Okay, so this one goes out, remainder 2. Then we say 5 into 2, it can't. So what do? We add 0 to 2, it becomes 20. Then to this 19, we put a decimal point. Then we say 5 into 20, it will go 4 times. That is the value of x. Okay, in that way, we have written the total sum of the interior angles of the quadrilateral in its simplest form, that is x is equal to 19.4. Okay, so we come to question 7c. Okay, we are on question 7c, so we come to question 7c. Okay, question 7c, I'm leaving it there for you to try it. I'm giving you just seconds. I know you, you're great. So few seconds will do. Just few seconds. Okay, we have understood the question. Now let's go. B, given that C is equal to 2, 1, 1, and D is equal to 1, 2, negative 2, 3. Find the matrix CD. Okay, so here we need to find the matrix CD. So we write CD is equal to, so we open bracket for the first matrix, which is 2, 1, 1, 1, close bracket, multiplied by D, which is 1, 2, negative 2, 3. Okay, we close bracket like that. Then we say is equal to. Then what do? We multiply. So how do we multiply? So when multiplying, what we do is we multiply the first row by the first column. Then we multiply both numbers. We multiply the first row by the first column, the first row by the first column, then the first row by the second column, just like that. So which means we're going to say, we're going to open a big matrix here. Then we say 2 by 1, we open small brackets, we say 2 by 1, close bracket, plus, then we say 1 by, we open bracket, then we say 1 by negative 2, okay, close bracket, 1 by negative 2, then this will constitute the number that will occupy the position 1 by 1, okay, the first position in the our product matrix. Then we open bracket again, then what do? We multiply 2 by 2. Now we are multiplying the first row by the second column, which is going to be 2 by 2 plus, then we say 1 by 3, then open bracket, we say 1 by 3, and we close bracket like that. Okay, then we come down, we use the second row down here in the first matrix, we multiply it by the first column and the second column, so that we have open bracket 1 by 1, close bracket, plus, then we have 1, we open bracket 1 by negative 2, close bracket. Now we are done. We come to those which will occupy the second position. Now we multiply the same row by the second column. So we say open bracket 1 by 2, then plus, open bracket 1 by 3, close bracket. Okay, now we close the entire matrix. Then we say is equal to, then we evaluate that. So we say 1 by, or 2 by 1 will give us, sorry, let me write the bigger matrix like that. Then we say 1 by that will give us 2 by 1 will give us 2. Then we multiply this, 1 by negative 2 will give us negative 2. Sorry, this is plus sign, then we say negative 2. Okay, sorry. Okay, we give us negative 2. Okay, like that, plus negative 2. Then we come on this one, we multiply this one by that, will give us 4. Will give us 4. Sorry, I don't know if that 4 is clear. Okay, will give us 4. Then 1 by 3 will give us plus 7, because 1 by 3 will give us 3. So now, why am I writing 7? Sorry, should be 3. 1 by 3 will give us 3, so plus 3 like that. Then we come down, 1 by 1 will give us 1. 1 by negative 2, which means will give us plus negative 2. like that, plus negative 2. Then we have 1 by 2 will give us 2. 1 by 3 will give us plus 3, like that. Then close bracket. Okay, then 2 plus negative 2, we say equals, we open bracket, 2 plus negative 2 will give us 0. It's more or less like positive times negative will give us negative. So it's more or less like we have 2 minus 2, which will give us 0. Then we come here, we say 4 plus 3 will give us 7. Then 1 plus negative 2, so same there we have 1. Then positive times negative will give us minus 2, which will be, the answer will be negative 1. So down here we are going to have negative 1. Then 2 plus 3 will give us 5, like that. So that is the final matrix. That is the final matrix, which is 0, 7, negative 1. So when we multiply matrix C by matrix D, we'll get 0, 7, negative 1, 5. Now, what you need to be conscious about is the format. Once they say C, D, you multiply like that. Never should do swap these matrices. Right? Don't multiply D, C, because they will definitely give you a different answer. Okay? So it's different from when we multiply 3 by 2, which will give us 6, and 2 by 3 will give us 6. But when immediately swap the matrices, that means the answer will also be different. Okay, if you have got questions, ask in the comment section, and I also encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. Please, let's continue solving this one. We come to this one, and this one, let me reduce the size of the pen. Okay, so question 7C is as follows. Illustrate the solution of x is greater or equal to, sorry, what am I reading? Illustrate the solution of y is greater or equal to x minus 2 on the x or y plane below by shading the wanted region for domain negative 2 is less or equal to x, x is less or equal to 4. Okay, so what we need to do first is we need to find the set of domain, the numbers that are in the domain. This function, we'll use it later, but for now, let's focus on finding the numbers that are in that domain set. So we are told this set has, that means as the domain we are talking about, the x, the input, okay? So we are saying this set is starting from 2, negative 2. Remember, they are saying is less or equal to 2. So we say negative 2, then from negative 2, comma, negative 1, then comma 0, then we have comma 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. We are including negative 2 and 4 because they are saying is less or equal to. You see? So that means 2, negative 2 and 4 should be included. Okay, now once we have found this, then what do we do to find? We need to come up with coordinates that is going to help us to draw the graphs. Okay, so it's also easier to use just two numbers, negative 2 and negative 4, to find how the line will pass. Okay, it's just possible. You can find the answer, you can draw the graph using just these outer numbers. So let's say this is a function. So what will be the value of the range? This is the domain now, the range. What will be the range, the set of range when we find that? Okay, so we're just going to use these two numbers. We're not going to use all the numbers in the middle. We just use negative 4, negative 2, and 4. So we say when we use negative 2, when x is equal to 2, what will be the value of y? So we say, we write the function which is y is greater or equal to x minus 2. So we say y is greater or equal to what is x? That is negative 2 minus 2. Then we can say y is greater or equal to, now since the signs are the same, that means the answer is going to be a negative. Then we just combine 2 and 4, which will give us 4. So we can come up with the coordinate, which is negative 2 comma negative 4. Okay, so when x is equal to negative 2, y will be equal to negative 4. Okay, now we come this side, we use 4. So we say, what will be the value of y when the input is 4? So we say we write the function which is y is greater or equal to x minus 2. Then we say y is greater or equal to, what is the value of x? Is 4 minus 2. Then we say y is greater or equal to 4 minus 2 will give us 2. So the value of y will be 2 when x is equal to 4. Therefore, we can say, um, we can say, open bracket, 4 comma 2 as a coordinate. Okay, now what do we do now? Let's use these coordinates to plot the points. So let me just increase this so that I can just be pointing. So let's start with this negative 2 comma, so we are starting with this negative 2 comma negative 4. So x-axis should be negative 2, so negative 2 for x-axis, then comma negative 4. So the line is going to be here. Okay, that's a point where the line will start from. Then we come here, we have 4 comma 2. So that means the point is going to be here. Okay, now we have identified the 2 points. All we need to do is to get a ruler and draw a line. Okay, now unfortunately I don't have a ruler. I'm going to use a free hand, but you need to get a ruler as you are writing exam. So this means the line is going to pass from this point. Sorry, I'll try to pass through the middle part. It will pass like this. Sorry, it should go like that. Okay, at least I've tried. Please clap for me. I've tried at least, even if it is moving like a snake, but it's not that a snake that moves very stubborn. Yeah, it is a bit straight. Okay, so now I've written the line like that. Okay, the line is at least partially straight. What is there is they should just pass on that point. Even if we used these middle numbers here to find the values, the line will be the same. The only thing which will happen is on every part where they are passing through, there will be a dot, a dot, a dot, a dot. So just like that, without wasting your time, you can draw this line. Okay. Now let me stop talking about drawing the lines. Now let's go to the other question, part of the question. I'm sure I've emphasized on drawing the lines. You use a ruler to draw a line and make sure the line passes through those points, or you make sure that the lines, if they are passing through the point, they pass through the point. But not all the lines will pass through the points. Okay, more especially if your coordinates, they are coming as fractions and whatever, they won't pass through those points. Okay, so they may pass between the box, the lines of the box, not on the corner of the box. So sometimes, okay. So now what? So I've done that. Let's go to the question. Then they're saying, by now illustrate the solution of x is greater or equal to, sorry, y is greater or equal to x minus 2 on the x or y plane by shading the wanted region for the domain, and that's a domain negative 2 is less or equal to x, x is less or equal to 4. Okay, so now once we have done this, the next thing we're going to do is we shade the wanted region. So here, what we can do is now we can just look at the coordinates we have gotten. So the wanted region should also be telling us that y is greater. So they're saying y is greater. So anything that is greater, that is indicating that the y side is greater. So let me say we have got negative 3 here is smaller than negative 1. So that is greater when you come to y-axis. So negative 1 is greater. Okay, so if the function is saying y is greater or equal to x, so that means we shade that. Now, as you can see, I've drawn a line that is not breaking. I've drawn a solid line. The reason I've drawn the solid line is because the function, they are saying y is greater or equal to. If they just said it's greater, I could have drawn a dotted line or a line that is breaking. Now I've drawn a solid line because they're saying y is greater or equal to. Okay, that is the other point. Now, how do I know which wanted area I'm supposed to draw? Is because they're saying y is greater. So anything that has got greater number, then we can say we can shade this part. Okay, we can shade this part because they're saying y is greater or equal to. So we can shade this part. Okay, so we are shading this part because even other numbers like -4 and 4 are also included. So we are shading that part like that. That's why we're seeing even the solid line. Okay, so that is the part we shade. Okay, in that. If you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask. But basically, that's how you calculate that one. Don't waste time by solving everything. I have a video where I solved for all the coordinates, but that's not how it's done. You just solve 2 points. Okay, we come to question D, 7D, which is the following diagram is a triangular prism PTSQRU in which PT is equal to QS, which is equal to 6 centimeter, and TS is equal to UR, and TS is equal to UR, which is equal to PQ, which is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to understand this information, and you should also know that that information is illustrated in this diagram. So it is also illustrated in this diagram. So when you talk about TS, TS is here. You can see TS, this is the line, and they are saying this line is equal to UR. So UR is this line here, and they are also saying is equal to PQ, which is this line. Okay, now when we look at PT is equal to QS. So PT, this is the line which is equal to QS, which is here. So you can see that all the information that I drawn there, they are also represented here. So how do you know that this line is equal to this line? Okay, how do you know that PQ is equal to TS? We can see these two lines here. They are saying these 3 lines are equal. We can see this one line and this one line. They are saying these 2 lines are equal. So basically, that's how you know that these lines are equal. It's either they have got the same number of lines that are cutting them, or they always have the same number of lines cutting them. As you can see, these 2 lines, and there is 1 line. Okay, then the actual question is, given that the height of the triangle PUT, okay, so the triangle PUT is this one, is 2.6 centimeter. Calculate the volume of the prism. Okay, so to calculate the volume of the prism, we use the formula which is in volume. So we write volume is equal to the area of the base, or the base area, okay, area plus height. Sorry, not plus, times height. Sorry, I wrote plus, it's times height. Okay, times height. Okay, so let me put height there. So we calculate the base. That means we're going to use this triangle. So the formula for triangle we know is 1 over 2 times, so the base we can use, that is 6 centimeter. Okay, so that I make sure that that is 6 centimeter. Let me lab so that not only me will make sure, but you also see it for yourself. Okay, then we say times, then the height, which is 2.6 centimeter, 2.6 centimeter okay, which is 2.6 centimeter, then times the height. What is the height? The height, this is the height which is here, 10 centimeter, so times 10 centimeter. Okay, so what we can do is now we can divide, we can simplify this fraction, so which means 2 into 2, it will go 1, 2 into 6, it will go 3 times, 1 into 1, it will go 1 time. 1 times 3 centimeter will give us 3 centimeter. Then times, then we say 2.6 centimeter times 10 will give us 26 centimeter. Now remember, we are multiplying centimeter by centimeter, which will give us centimeter squared. Okay, here I'm trying to make things easy. Don't complicate them. Okay, don't complicate them. So we have now 3 times 26 centimeter. 3 times 26 centimeter. So we can say 3 times 6 will give us 18. We write 8, carry 1. 3 times 2 will give us 6 plus 1, 7. Then centimeter times centimeter squared will give us centimeter cubic. And that is the answer. Okay, we come to question 8. Oh, we are there. We come to question 8. This is the last question in this paper. So we are at the finals. Okay, twaisa kuri question ya last fight. The last fight. Now let's take this last fight seriously. We come to question 8, and question 8 is given that t is equal to 3c minus 5 over c plus 1, make c the subject of the formula. Okay, so what we need to do is we cross multiply here. So we have got 3c okay, we've got 3c minus 5 is equal to t multiplied by c, we put in bracket, plus 1. I hope so. Let's hope that is 1. That is C there down as well. Okay, that is C. Okay, so like that. Okay, we have come up with T like that. Then what do? We evaluate this which is in the bracket. So we say 3C minus 5 is equal to T times C will give us TC, which is plus t times 1 will give us plus t, like that. Okay, now once we have done that, what we can do now is we put like terms together. That means we're going to have -5, then we get t. Or let me leave first, let me leave t alone. Let me leave 3c, not the way I want to do it. Let me do this. Let me say 3x, then t will come this side, will become minus tc, which is equal to, then we have t, then 5 will close the equal sign and become plus. Okay, then we say what I've written is cx, not c. Sorry here. It's 3c, not 3x, but 3c. Then we factorize this one. So the common term here, this is minus. The common term is c. So we have c, open bracket, then c into 3c, we have 3. Then c into negative tc, we have negative t, which we close bracket, then we say equal to, then we say t plus 5. Okay, then we divide both sides by 3 minus t. 3 minus t. Okay, I hope you are following me. Okay, then we come this side, we say this 3 minus t and 3 minus t on top will cancel each other out, leaving us with c, which is equal to, then we say what is on the right side? We have t plus 5 over 3 minus t, and that is the answer. We have made C the subject of the formula. So making C the subject of the formula, we're going to have C is equal to t plus 5 over 3 minus t. Okay, unless if there are questions. If there are no questions, that's how you solve it. All I want to encourage you to do is please remember to like our page, follow us on Facebook, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please also share this video with the other people. Okay, we come to question 8b, which is Mali is paid a monthly salary of 10,500 kwacha. He also receives transport allowance of 10% of the salary. Calculate the total income per month. Okay, so total income, so we're going to say total income is equal to monthly salary. So it's a salary plus transport allowance of 10%, which is allowance. So we can say transport allowance. So we just say T allowance, T for transport. Okay, then we say how much is the salary? We are told that is 10,500 kwacha. So we write 10,500 kwacha as a salary. Then plus allowance, we are told that is 10%. So we say 10,500 times 10% of that amount, which is we put 100 here down. Okay, percent. So we put 100 down. So what we do first, we solve what is in brackets that side. So we write 10,500 kwacha. This is the number we are just copying. Plus, then we say plus, we cancel the 0 down here and the 0 down here. So we have we put in bracket, we have remaining with 105 kwacha times 10. Okay, we put in bracket like that until we are done dealing with those in brackets. We continue copying this salary amount, which is 10,500. Then plus we multiply that to give us that means we can multiply 1 by, we write the kwacha sign, 1 by 105 will give us 105. Have we used 0? No, so just pick 0 and put it here, which will give us 1,050 kwacha. Then we add that, we say plus that will give us 1, then will give us 550 kwacha. This is the salary of Mali. This is the salary of Mali, the total income of Mali. Okay, you got 11,550 kwacha. Unless if there are questions. If there are no questions, that is how you find the total income, like that. Okay, if I'm too fast, please write in the comment section. Okay, we come to question 8C. Let's say this is the last fight. Okay, let's finish question 8C. Return to series of last fight, question 8C. Whereas question 8C is as follows. The frequency distribution table shows the marks obtained by learners in a test. Okay, so marks, so you know 1, there is 9 who got 1. Then we have 2 marks, 5 got 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 got 4 marks, 7 got 5 marks, 4 got that. Okay, so now after we have studied this, the actual question is what was the model mark? Okay, so here what you need to understand first, let's understand what is a model mark. What is a model mark? Okay, so a model mark is a mark that with high frequency. A model mark, in this question is a mark with high frequency. In other words, is a mark that is appearing most, or the mark that was obtained by many pupils. So when we look at the marks, 1 mark, none of the pupils got 1 mark. There is 0 here. When we look at 2 marks, only 5 people got 2 marks. Then 3 marks, only 4 people got 3 marks. Then when we talk about 4 marks, only 7 pupils got 4 marks. 5 marks, only 4 pupils got 4 marks. So which mark was obtained by many pupils? That is 4. So the model mark was 4 marks. Or we just write 4. That is the model mark. Why 4 is the model mark? Because it has higher frequency. It has high frequency, or the highest frequency among the answers. Okay, then we come to the next question. I don't know if you have got questions there, but if you don't have the questions, so you write 4. Don't write 7, write 4, because they're asking for model mark. Okay, so don't write 7, you usually write the actual mark. If they are saying colors, then blue had 7, then we write blue. Don't write 7, you write blue, the thing that got higher frequency. Okay, we come to question 8b, which is calculate the mini mark. Calculate the mini mark. Okay, so to calculate the mini mark, what we're going to do is we're going to get the marks that were obtained. So we know that no one got 1 mark. No one got 1 mark. Okay, there is no one who got 1 mark. In case this may be confusing you, the ones I've circled, let me remove them so that you don't get confused. No one got 1 mark. So we are not going to ignore that. We want to calculate the mini mark. So what do we do? For us to find the mini mark, what we're going to do first, on top, we'll start by finding the total marks that was gotten. So which means we're going to be multiplying the frequency times the mark. So on 0, 1, 1, there's 0 who got 1. So we are not going to bother with that, because even when we multiply 1 by 0, will give us 0. So it won't change the value we can get now. So we start with the ones that is here. We start with 2. So children who got 2 marks, children who got 2 marks, okay, children who got 2 marks were 5. So we say, we open bracket 2 by 5, the whole of that plus, then children who got 3 marks were 4. We say 3 by 4, who got 3 marks were 4, so plus, children who got 4 marks were 7, so we open bracket, we say 4 times 7. Then children who got 5 marks were, so we say plus 5 times 4. Okay, then we say all of that divided by the number of pupils, okay, who wrote the exam. So we say I've got the number of pupils who have 5 plus this number 4 plus this number 7 plus this number 4. Okay, I hope you are following me. One down, we are trying to find the total number of learners. On top, we are trying to find the total marks which were obtained. Okay, so now what do? We evaluate what is on top. So we start 2 times 5 will give us 10, plus 3 times 4 will give us 12, plus 4 times 7 will give us 28, plus 5 times 4 will give us 20, which will be over, we add this, 4 plus 5 plus 4 will give us 9, 9 plus 7 will give us 16, 16 plus 4 will give us 20. Okay, then we evaluate what is on top. 10 plus 12 will give us 22, 22 plus 28 will give us 50. 50 plus 20 will give us 70. Then over 20. Then we divide. So we cancel this 0 and this 0 to make our calculation easy. Instead of saying 20 into 70, but we're going to be saying 2 into 7, it will go 3 times. Then a remainder 1. Okay. Then we say 3 into 1, it can't. So what do? We add 0 to 1 and we put the point there. Then we say 3 into 10, it will go 3 times. Okay. Sorry, what did I say? 2 into 10, it will go 5 times. I don't know why I'm saying 3 times. It should be 5 times. 2 into 10 will go 5 times. Okay, so the answer is going to be 3.5. So 3.5. So we are saying calculate the minimax. So the minimax of the total marks was 3.5. Now remember, mini mark is the same as the average mark. So the average mark was 3.5. Okay, so we have come to the end of our revision of 2023 external paper. Thank you so much for watching with us. Thank you so much for subscribing to our YouTube channel. For those I've seen subscribing to our YouTube channel, I've seen the numbers growing. Thank you so much. We are really humbled with the support you're giving us. Thank you so much. Without you, there is no way we can exist as Easy Learning zed-Mathematics. Thank you so much for all the contribution you have done, and thank you so much for liking our page. We ask you to invite your friends to come and join us in this campaign. We have this campaign which we are saying 2025 division campaign with a motto of we are leaving no one behind. Remember, Easy Learning Z is there to make your future bright. So make sure you invite your friends so that your futures will be bright. Okay, thank you so much for watching. May God bless you and catch us tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to start revising biology. We will start biology 2023. So please get ready for biology, and we will make sure that we revise the entire paper until we finish. So catch us tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you and see you in the next video.